Alright, good morning. We are here live with break 390, another 25 Elite combo break featuring the 25 Elite Hobby Case, the 25 Elite USA Box, as well as the 25 Elite Priority Box. Our team list for today: Broncos, Josiah; Raiders, Peter; Bulldogs, Tarren; Sharks, Taylor; Dolphins, Jay; Titans, Tarren; Manly, Peter; Storm, Dan; Knights, Josh; Cowboys, Jacob; Eels, Carlin; Panthers, Dan; Rabbitohs, Nicholas; Dragons, Warren; Roosters, Peter; Warriors, Calvin; and Tigers, Jason. Alright. I'm not going to lie, there was a couple of names there that I did not want to pronounce, so I wasn't disrespectful. So we just did a quick one. Alright. Here we go. Team list, that's the wrong one. Morning, Dan. Good luck today, buddy. Alright. We have our USA and our priority box. I need another bag of sleeves, but I'll grab them when someone comes past. That'll be fine. Bring the chat screen back up. And case card for today, number 12, Tommy Dearden for the Cowboys. Jacob Martin with the Cowboys. Congrats. Alright, first box. First packet, new recruit Shabaski for the Broncos. Ruby Mojo, Damien Cook. Hang on. For the Dragons, number 27. Here, Harry. This is our ritual every time Harry comes here. No host, quick. There we go. Too easy. G'day, boys. He was happy. It's Giant Arrow parallel for the Rabbitohs. He hasn't been around for a little while, but due to the breaks and things like that, it was a bit hard. But yeah, that's normally our Thursday morning ritual. He walks in, he says g'day to me and Dad. and then he sits down and starts pointing at the TV. Oh, but today my girls are here, so he'll be distracted up in the bedroom. Millie Elliott, Deli M for the Roosters. Jackson Purdue, parallel for Cowboys. In the reps, Mitchell Moses. Marquee, Jesse Southwell for the Knights. James Tedesco, parallel for the Roosters. Marquee, James Tedesco for the Roosters. Golden Marquee, Joseph Tapane, number 12. Tommy Gilbert, parallel for the Dolphins. New recruit, Chad Townsend for the Roosters. In the Masters Series for the Kangaroos, Ryan Madison, parallel for the Eels. In the reps, Aromi Tito. White League Sensations, number 27, Jack Whiten for the Rabbitohs. Marcelo Montoya, parallel for the Bulldogs. In the reps, Josh Kerr. Don't mind me. There we go. Pink Diamond, Abby Church for the Eels. Number 41. Clint Gutherson, parallel for the Dragons. New recruit, Lazarus for the Storm. Vegas, Chance Nico Klokstad for the Warriors. AJ Brimson, parallel for the Titans. Marquee, Payne Haas for the Broncos. Dally M, Harry Grant for the Storm. Sebastian Chris, parallel for the Raiders. New recruit, Matt Arthur for the Knights. White Young Guns, Solomona Fatape for the Tigers, number 54. Tigers parallel checklist. Gillaroos, Isabel Kelly. New recruit, Hohepa for the Sharks. Vegas, Jesse Aramian for the Sharks. Harry Grant, parallel for the Storm. Kalen Ponga, parallel for the Knights. That is the end of box number 1. New recruit, Jerome Lowe for the Tigers. Sapphire Mojo, Addo Carr for the Eels, number 4. So close. Who's got the Eels? Go. Liam Martin, parallel for Panthers. And obviously, Go isn't Go's name, but that's what it is on Facebook, and it's easier to tag him. And then copy the team list from Facebook into the other lists. So, new recruit, Sotili Tupanua for Bulldogs. Dally M, Abbey Church for the Eels. Knights parallel checklist. In the reps, Dylan Edwards. Marquee, Zach Lomax for the Eels. Jai Gray, parallel for the Rabbitohs. Marquee, Keezy Apps for the Tigers. Golden Marquee, Jack Whiten for the Rabbitohs, number 71. Manly parallel checklist. New recruit, James Fisher-Harris for the Warriors. John's not in this one. Knights in the Masters series. if you're watching, John, I'm hearing Whiten a lot at the moment. Murray Tairaki, parallel for the Cowboys. I'm getting vibes. In the reps, Jessica Surgis. Black Young Gun, Blaze Tairaki for the Panthers, number 32. Dominic Young, parallel for the Roosters. Dally M, Zach Lomax for Dragons. Parallel, Mitchell Barnett for the Warriors. New recruit for Manly. White Young Guns, Ethan Sanders for the Raiders, number 142. Corey Pay, parallel for the Broncos. New recruit, John Bateman for the Cowboys. Vegas, Matthew Tomoko for the Raiders. Jeremy Marshall King, parallel for the Dolphins. In the reps, Keely Joseph. G'day, Peter. G'day. Ruby Mojo, Connor Tracy for the Bulldogs, number 8. Dylan Brown, parallel for the Eels. New recruit, Daniel Saifiti for the Dolphins. Vegas, Nico Hines for the Sharks. Stephen Crichton, parallel for the Bulldogs. Marquee, Tommy Dearden for the Cowboys. In the reps, James Fisher-Harris. And with Blake Brayley, parallel for the Sharks, that's the end of box number 2. Box number 3. New recruit, Daniel Saifiti for the Dolphins. Emerald Mojo, Joe Offengawi for the Eels, number 5. Connor Tracy, parallel for the Bulldogs. In the reps, Olivia Koenig. Marquee, Cameron Munster for the Storm. Bo Fermor, parallel for Titans. Marquee, Clinton Gutherson for the Dragons. We have a patch, number 69 for the Raiders, KO Weeks. Warriors parallel checklist. New recruit, Zach Lomax for the Eels. Vegas, Tiana Penatani for the Gillaroos. And look what I've gone and done. There we go. Dragons parallel checklist. New recruit for Manly. In the Blues for the Masters Series, Patrick Carrigan, parallel for Broncos. In the reps, Daly Cherry Evans. Vegas, Nathan Cleary for Panthers. Nico Hines, parallel for the Sharks. Ruby Mojo, Lindsay Smith for the Panthers, number 31. Apsai Coruscant, parallel for Tigers. New recruit, Sotili Tupanua for the Bulldogs. Parallel, Fletcher Sharp for the Knights. Marquee, Tiana Penatani for the Sharks. Dally M, Josiah Yo for the Panthers. Keon Kolomatangi, parallel for the Rabbitohs. No, haven't seen any more for a while, which means hopefully we're due for one. New recruit John Bateman for the Cowboys. White Young Guns, Harry Hayes for the Bulldogs, number 25. Jermaine Isako, parallel for the Dolphins. New recruit Jamie Humphries for the Rabbitohs. Dally M, Olivia Kernick for the Roosters. Jamal Fogarty, parallel for the Raiders. In the reps, Keezy Apps. Two packets left for box number 3. In the reps, Connor Watson. Pink Diamond, Stacey Awaka for the Broncos, number 47. Junior Paulo, parallel for the Eels. Dally M, Isabel Kelly for the Roosters. Wade Egan, parallel for the Warriors. New recruit Blaze Tairaki for Panthers. Victor Bradley, parallel for the Roosters. Marquee, Stephen Crichton for the Bulldogs. New recruit Marky Mark for the Roosters. Vegas, Wade Egan for the Warriors. Adokar, parallel for the Eels. In the reps, Lauren Brown. Black, number 11. Dylan Edwards for the Panthers. Jack Howarth, parallel for Storm. Who's got Panthers? Dan. There you go, mate. There's a good start. Plus a couple others hiding in there. We've got the black young gun as well. New recruit Josiah Yongi for the Eels. In the Blues for the Masters Series, Christian parallel for the Dragons. In the Reps, Angus Crichton. Vegas, Julia Robinson for the Gillaroos. Jaden Campbell, parallel for the Titans. When you get a chance, you able to grab me another bag of sleeves, please? New recruit, Maddie Nicholson for the Raiders. Cheers. Sapphire Mojo, Cameron Munster for Storm. Another one for Dan. Number 4 for Dan. And Fanua Blake, parallel for the Sharks. Marquee, Herbie Farnworth for the Dolphins. Daly M, Jack Bostock for the Dolphins. Brian Top, parallel for Panthers. In the Reps, Kalen Ponga for the Knights. Number 43, Jamal Fogarty for the Raiders. Broncos parallel checklist. New recruit, Regan Campbell Gillard for the Titans. White Young Guns, Jai Gray for the Rabbitohs, number 71. Jason Saab, parallel for Manly. In the Reps, Julia Robinson for the Gillaroos. 3 packets left for our 4th box. Pink Diamond, Emma Tony Gatto for the Sharks, number 24. Parallel Thomas Duffy for the Cowboys. Marquee Dallin Watine Zalesniak for the Warriors. Matt Burton, parallel for the Bulldogs. New recruit, Val Holmes for the Dragons. All right. In the reps, Tommy Turbo. Marquee, Adam Fanua, Blake for the Sharks. Jesse Arthurs, parallel for the Broncos. New recruit, Zach Lomax for the Eels. Pink Diamond, Natasha Penatani for the Tigers, number 11. Jacob Little, parallel for the Dragons. Marquee, Tommy Turbo for Manly. Paul Alamotti, Vegas for Panthers. Parallel, Mawaki Fodawaika for Titans. New recruit, Jamie Humphries for the Rabbitohs. New recruit, Clinton Gutherson for the Dragons. Vegas, Isabel Kelly for the Jillaroos. Luke Metcalf, parallel for the Warriors. Blues in the Masters Series, parallel, Joseph Tarpane for the Raiders. In the reps, Tamika Upton for the Jillaroos. Jerome Luai, parallel for the Tigers. New recruit, Carter Gordon for the Titans. Charter. A Ruby Mojo, Reese Robson for the Cowboys, number 5. Jake Trbojevic, parallel for Manly. Marquee, Valentine Holmes for the Dragons. In the reps, Lily Ann White. In the Kangaroos, number 56, Masters Series signature. Panthers parallel checklist. I just had the Blues Master Series sig. We hit a few, but thought Kangaroos had been the hardest. Now we've hit 2. Angus Crichton, Dally M for the Roosters. Ruben Cotter, parallel for the Cowboys. Will today be the day that we put all three together? New recruit, Josiah for the Panthers. New recruit, Ethan Sanders for the Raiders. Dali M. Tiana Penatani for the Sharks. Cameron McInnes, parallel for the Sharks. White Young Guns, Carter Gordon for the Titans, 156. Parallel, Angus Crichton for the Roosters. In the reps, Reece Walsh. Emerald Mojo. Number 3. Adam Pompey for the Warriors. Please note, it does have the damaged corner. Eliza Katoa, parallel for the Storm. Eliza Katoa, Emerald. That damaged corner on Emerald. New recruit, Jazz Tavega for Manly. Vegas, Dylan Edwards for Panthers. Selwyn Cobbo, parallel for the Broncos. In the reps, Isaiah Yo. Golden Marquee, Isabel Kelly for the Roosters. Number 10. Jaden Sewer, parallel for the Dragons. Lazarus, new recruit for Storm. Black Young Guns, Jacob Laban for the Warriors. Keanu Kinney, parallel for the Titans. Marquee, Nathan Cleary for Panthers. Vegas, Corey Horsburgh for Raiders. Ethan Strange, parallel for Raiders. New recruit, Matt Arthur for the Knights. In the Blues for the Masters Series, Sanua Taruva, parallel for the Tigers. In the Reps, Jesse Arthurs. Parallel, Tyson Frizzell for the Knights. Payne Huss in the Reps. Ruby Mojo, RCG for the Titans, number 13. Daly Cherry Evans, parallel for Manly. New recruit, Aaron Clark for the Warriors. Pink Diamond, Jesse Southwell for the Knights, number 66. Sam McIntyre, parallel for the Cowboys. Yes, Marquee, Angus Crichton for the Roosters. Marquee, Latrell Mitchell for the Rabbitohs. Braden Trindle, parallel for the Sharks. New recruit, Sanua Taruva for the Tigers. Dali M. Samaima Torfa for the Raiders. Paul Alamotti, parallel for Panthers. We've got 4 packets left in box number 6. Dali M. Eliza Katoa for the Storm. Sandon Smith, parallel for the Roosters. New recruit, Hohepa for the Sharks. White Young Guns, Blaze Talagi for Panthers, number 88. Parallel Storm checklist. Last packet. In the Reps, Kira Dib. And that's another box done and dusted. box number 7. Marquee Ruben Cotter for the Cowboys. Excuse me. It did land flat, luckily. Oh. It's never a good thing. That's alright. No damage at all. Anyway, Dally M. Jerome Hughes for Storm. Damien Cook parallel for the Dragons. In the reps, Jamie Chapman. New recruit Stefano for Storm. White Young Guns, Jackson Purdue for the Cowboys, number 89. Parallel Titans checklist. In the reps, Ali Brigginshaw for the Jillaroos. And BD checklist, number 4 for the Broncos, Josiah. Welcome to the breaks, mate. There we go. That's not a bad way to get into breaks. BD. I mean, I don't recognise your name, and that doesn't mean you haven't been in breaks with other people. So, Big Papa parallel for the Raiders, just assuming there. But either way, still a nice hit, even if it's not your first break. You recruit James Schiller for the Knights. Golden Marquee, Dally Cherry Evans for Manly, number 26. Get out. Terrell May, parallel for the Tigers. Marquee, happy for the Tigers. Blake Brayley, Vegas for the Sharks. Jack Cogger, parallel for the Knights. New recruit Ben Hunt for the Broncos. Marquee Abbey Church for the Eels. Lehe Hopawate parallel for Manly. Kangaroos in the Masters Series. Cody Walker parallel for the Rabbitohs. New recruit, James Fisher-Harris for the Warriors. In the reps, Harry Grant. Herbie Farnworth, parallel for the Dolphins. Ruby Mojo, Adam Pompey for the Warriors, number 23. Connor Watson, parallel for the Roosters. New recruit, Adam Fanua Blake for the Sharks. New recruit, Jerome Lowe for the Tigers. Dally M. Stacey Awaka for the Broncos. Lindsay Smith, parallel for Panthers. In the reps, Quincy Dodd. Vegas, Hudson Young for the Raiders. Reese Robson, parallel for the Cowboys. Black Young Guns, Aleha Hawate for Manly, 159. Cameron Munster, parallel for Storm. That's box number 7, done and dusted. New recruit, Kuli Kefu for the Dolphins. White Young Guns, Benjamin Takura for the Broncos, number 142. Bronson Sherry, parallel for the Bulldogs. In the reps, Patrick Carrigan for the Broncos. Jack Whiten in the reps. Sapphire, Cody Walker for the Rabbitohs, number 4. Pretty sure it's Whiten and not Raff and Walker. Not Walker that he was looking for. James Fisher-Harris, parallel for the Warriors. New recruit, Jazz Tavega for Manly. Payne Haas, parallel for the Broncos. Jamie Chapman, marquee for the Titans. New recruit, Lewis Dodd for the Rabbitohs. Daly M. Kimberly Hunt for the Dragons. Raiders parallel checklist. Vegas, Ethan Strange for the Raiders. Sharks parallel checklist. New recruit, Sanua Taruva for Tigers. In the Knights for the Masters series, Dylan Edwards parallel for Panthers. In the reps, Zali Faye. Ruben Garrick parallel for Manly. New recruit, Marcelo Montoya for the Bulldogs. Ruby Mojo Storm checklist, number 45. Campbell Graham parallel for the Rabbitohs. New recruit, Carl Lawton for the Cowboys. Number 62, Golden Age for Manly. Hammer parallel for Dolphins. Vegas, Liam Martin. Bradman Best parallel for Knights. In the reps, Avania Polite. 3 packets left for box number 8. Marquee, Big Papa for the Raiders. Marquee, Liam Martin for Panthers. Lachlan Galvin parallel for the Tigers. Stephen Crichton, Dally M for the Bulldogs. Jack Williams, parallel for the Eels. Alright, box number 9. Marquee, Dally Cherry Evans for Manly. Daniel Saifiti, parallel for the Dolphins. New recruit, Ethan Sanders for the Raiders. White Young Guns, Joe Chan for the Storm. 101. See you, buddy. Such a big smile. Jesse Aramian, parallel for the Sharks. In the reps, Cameron Murray. Dally M. Shannon Mato for the Titans. Jack Whiten, parallel for the Rabbitohs. Sapphire Mojo, Lindsay Smith for the Panthers, number 19. Parallel Josiah Yo for Panthers. New recruit Carter Gordon for the Titans. Roger Tuivasa Chet Vegas for the Warriors. Luke Brooks, parallel for Manly. Marquee Ali Brigginshaw for the Broncos. Golden Age for the Dragons, number 90. Scott Drinkwater, parallel for the Cowboys. New recruit Isaiah Papali'i for Panthers. New recruit Shabarsky for the Broncos. Masters Series in the Knights. Marky Mark, parallel for the Roosters. Going back to Union at the end of next year, eh? In the reps, Dane Gagai. Parallel Jerome Hughes for Storm. In the reps, Shannon Mato. Ruby Mojo, Jeremy Marshall King for the Dolphins, number 38. Bulldogs parallel checklist. New recruit Clinton Gufferson for the Dragons. New recruit Chad Townsend for the Roosters. Vegas, Braden Trindle for the Sharks. Joe Offengowie, parallel for the Eels. And we got a Spotlight booklet, number 33 for the Roosters. We've got Peter, nice. Adam Pompey, parallel for the Warriors. Marquee, Bradman Best for the Knights. Stephen Crichton, Dally M for the Bulldogs. Adam Reynolds, parallel for Broncos. In the reps, Samaima Torfa. And that is the end of box number 9. We are up to box number 10, and once we have that, we have our USA and priority left to go. So let's keep going. In the reps, Kennedy Sherrington. Parallel, Tyrone Munro for the Rabbitohs. New recruit Carl Lawton for the Cowboys. Dally M, Julia Robertson and Sheridan Gallagher. That will get randomized between the two teams. It's not the same person today. Roosters parallel checklist. I randomized one yesterday and it didn't matter which team got it because they are both the same collector. Sapphire Mojo, Roosters checklist number 5. Max Platt parallel for the Dolphins. Marquee, Roger Tuivasa Sheck for the Warriors. Golden Marquee, Adam Fanua Blake for the Sharks, number 40. Eels parallel checklist. New recruit, Cooley Kefu for the Dolphins. Josh here, Broncos can have the dual Dally M card. I already have a few of them. No worries, mate. There we go. Thank you. New recruit, Blaze Tairaki for Panthers. Kangaroos in the Masters series. Falami kick out, parallel for the Bulldogs. In the reps, Ben Hunt. Vegas, Jessica Surgis for the Gillaroos. Roger Tuivasa Sheck, parallel for the Warriors. New recruit, Lewis Dodd for the Rabbitohs. Ruby Mojo, Zach Lomax for the Eels, number 37. Xavier Savage, parallel for the Raiders. Marquee, David Fafita for the Titans. Vegas, Jackson Ford for the Warriors. Tyrell Sloan, parallel for the Dragons. In the reps, Jaden Campbell for the Titans. White League Sensations, number 43. Jerome Hughes for the Storm. David Fafita, parallel for the Titans. Daly M. Herbie Farmworth for the Dolphins. Dream Buller, parallel for the Tigers. New recruit Marcelo Montoya for the Bulldogs. 4 packets left for the case. Box number 10. Yasmin Clydesdale in the reps. Marquee Samaima Torfa for the Raiders. Xavier Coates, parallel for the Storm. New recruit Josiah for the Eels. And last but not least, White Young Guns, Fletcher Sharp for the Knights, number 16. We also have Leo Thompson parallel for the Knights. And that's the end of the case. Let's get into our USA. They had a few more, yes. Wouldn't say a lot better. They haven't hit one for a while. Broncos hit the BD. Stars and Stripes, Blake Wilson for the Bulldogs, number 7. Josiah, new recruit for the Eels. Vegas, Jamal Fogarty for the Raiders. Raiders parallel checklist. In the reps, Payne Huss. Ruby Mojo, Broncos checklist, number 17. Lachlan Galvin, parallel for the Tigers. Super Boot, number 12. Sandon Smith for the Roosters. New recruit, Lewis Dodd for the Rabbitohs. Cameron McInnes, Vegas for the Sharks. Bradman Best, parallel for the Knights. Marquee, Stephen Crichton for the Bulldogs. Golden Marquee, Dylan Zalesniak, number 14 for the Warriors. James Fisher-Harris, parallel for the Warriors. New recruit, Kuli Kefu for the Dolphins. Knights in the Masters Series. Payne Huss, parallel for the Broncos. In the reps, Jesse Arthurs. Black Young Guns, Lockie Galvin for the Tigers, number 49. Sharks Parallel Checklist. Marquee Herbie Farnworth for the Dolphins. Dally M, Alifiana Khan Piera for Titans. Campbell Graham parallel for the Rabbitohs. New recruit Marcelo Montoya for the Bulldogs. New recruit Blaze Tairaki for Panthers. Dally M, Olivia Koenig for the Roosters. Christian parallel for the Dragons. In the reps, Isaiah Yeo. White Young Guns, Tony Francis for the Titans, number 184. Hammer parallel for the Titans. Reps Kira Dib. Stars and Stripes, number 11. Jerome Lowe for the Tigers. Parallel Jack Williams for the Eels. Leaving just 3 third last packets for the USA box. New recruit Carl Lawton for the Cowboys. Sapphire Mojo, Kalen Ponga for the Knights, number 17. Bronson Sherry parallel for the Bulldogs. Marquee Dallin Watine Zalesniak for the Warriors. Jaden Campbell parallel for the Titans. Yes, Calvin, corner. I don't know if you'll see it so much in the sleeve, but yeah, we'll put it aside and send it off. Alright, last box. Vegas, Isabel Kelly for the Jillaroos. Hammer parallel for the Dolphins. In the reps, Shannon Mato. A Ruby Mojo, Adam Pompey for the Warriors. Jack Williams parallel for the Eels. New recruit Shabarsky for the Broncos. And it's a double up. We have number 9 in the spotlight patch for the Roosters. I'm sure you got Roosters got the patch. Did you get? Oh no, you got the signature booklet. I think. Yep. Oh, there we go. Russian Sherry parallel for the Bulldogs. Supposed to be a riddle for you. Marquee Priority Isabel Kelly for the Roosters. Where will the ticket be for you? Daly M. Lauren Brown. James Fisher Harris parallel for the Warriors. New recruit Chad Townsend for the Roosters. Priority Young Guns, Lachlan Galvin for the Tigers, number 7. Lindsay Smith, parallel for the Panthers. In the reps, Cameron Murray. Sapphire Mojo, Cameron Munster for the Storm, number 25. Pretty sure that is a double up. Unless it was an emerald. Payne Haas, parallel for the Broncos. New recruit Clinton Gutherson for the Dragons. Priority Marquee Mitchell Moses for the Eels, number 15. Golden Age, number 38 for the Panthers. Dylan Edwards, parallel for Panthers. New recruit Ethan Sanders for the Raiders. Knights in the Masters Series. Ruben Garrick, parallel for Manly. Dane Gagai in the reps. Parallel Jackson Purdue for the Cowboys. New recruit Lazarus for Storm. Daly M. Joseph Tarpane for the Raiders. Bradman Best, parallel for the Knights. In the reps, Samaima Torfa for the Jillaroos. Priority Marquee, Nathan Cleary, number 21. Campbell Graham, parallel for the Rabbitohs. New recruit Matt Arthur for the Knights. And lucky last for the break, Vegas Ethan Strange for the Raiders. And Sharks parallel checklist. Alright guys, thank you to everyone for tuning in. We do have our 2 randomizations to do, one for our Jillaroos cards and one for our Masters Series cards, which also includes the Kangaroos number 56. Alright, let's get it done. Make sure we change screens. Everyone is loaded in, ready to go. We will start with our Jillaroos as usual. Here we go. Number 1, number 2, and lucky last. Number 3, Rabbitohs, Nicholas Verwey. Alright, let's do the Masters Series cards. Once again, 3 times round the merry-go-round. There goes number 1, there goes number 2, and lucky last, number 3, Dan Derksen with the Panthers. Not a bad break for the Panthers at all. Alright guys, thank you to everyone for joining in today. For those that were a part of it and those that just joined in to watch. Don't forget to go and grab a spot on the website or the new RAS listed this morning, just before we went live, for your chance to be in the next one. Alright guys, until then, that is it. That is all. Hope you had a ball, and I will see you then.